Steven and Harvey share that they are mentors, but beyond that relation to Michelle and Dave, how do they fit in this world in which no one is completely innocent? And what do you find more appealing about them?
I think from Steven's point of view, he is someone who has had his heart broken, essentially, and he is set out on avenging that in whatever way that he can. And he's vulnerable, like all of the characters in this. He believes that him and Michelle should be together, and he does whatever he can to make that happen. And it doesn't necessarily go great for him. But it's a cast full of morally ambiguous people. I think it's difficult from an audience member's point of view to work out who's good, who's bad, who's both. Some people redeem themselves, some people let themselves down. And Stephen, my character, is guilty of all of those things, all of which made it a very rewarding, creative experience to be a part of.
Yeah, I guess Harvey, in a way, has his heart broken too. You know, by Dave. You know, I had worked with Taryn in Blackbird, but we didn't really have that many scenes together. So this was kind of really fun to follow up with this show and have not only some scenes together, they have a real like kind of lived in friendship and relationship and trust, and all that is jeopardized throughout the course of this show in a kind of a heartbreaking way for Harvey. It just he's just looking for an easy way out of this. The poor guy is dealt some pretty tough cards. So, but I agree with what Rafe's saying. We had a wonderful group of actors, and all of them were given material that was fun to watch them play, because not everything was kind of bent. Every character, you know, it was kind of bucking expectations with what's happening in their story, and great group of people to work with, and I think the outcome of the show is multi-layered.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, both of you, about that, because like you were saying, there's a duality to every character in the show, not just to Dave, which is the most obvious maybe, or Michelle, but also to Steve, Harvey. Steve can be nice and brilliant, but then he can act also like an asshole. And Harvey seems to be really calm all the time, but he can also be menacing. So how was it for you to work with so many layers throughout the show?
I guess it makes your job easier, ultimately. I think if you're playing one-dimensional characters and you're trying hard to find stuff that isn't there on the page, which I've done quite a lot of in my life, because you're doing things that maybe aren't as well written as Smoke early on in one's career. But the more ambiguity, the more color, the more contradiction there is on the page, the easier actually it is to portray, because it's a more accurate reflection of the human experience. And at the end of the day, that's what we're in the business of. You want to play people that contradict themselves. You want to play people that are sometimes good, sometimes bad, sometimes assholes, sometimes kind, because that's human beings for you. And that's what I think we're really interested in. It's why we do what we do. And so to get to do that in a show with other people that are really good at acting, it's just a pleasure, man.
Ditto.
And I think it's key that, like you're saying, that you are working with the work of a master of his craft, who is Dennis Lehane. So what do you enjoy the most as actors about working with a showrunner with that vision, that is so clear? I was talking to Dennis before, and he said that he likes to create messy worlds filled with messy people. So what do you enjoy the most about that?
Well, yeah, I think that's true. I think that's really that's really true of his writing, both as a novelist and as a show creator. He's quite good at keeping it messy and keeping the audience guessing about what's coming next, because I don't think you can ever settle in and have an expectation for a character, because just like real people, they surprise you and sometimes disappoint you and sometimes amaze you, and so that, you know, that is it's great fun to be handed that kind of material and kind of work off of that. It's fun to do it, and you know, yeah, these, I think, you know, writing is hard, and creating these kinds of a story like this. It's 9 parts. Smoke, and it's a long story to kind of unfold, and you know, you have to balance how much you're telling. You could do too much, you can not do enough per episode, so getting the alchemy of all of that correct is really tough, and I don't know, it read very nicely to me from the get-go, and it was great to get it performed.
Thank you so much, guys. That's all. That's my time. Yeah, I can tell you the balance is great. The 9 parts are amazing. I've watched the whole show and I really enjoyed it. So congrats for your work, and congrats for the show.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.